Hey, welcome to week 2 of What Would Prince Do? And this week, you are going to tap into your senses. The reason why this is really going to benefit you is that using all your senses and really being cognizant of them is going to give you a fuller experience of life. And I think a lot about how this showed up in Prince's life. And one thing I couldn't help but reflect on was just the experience itself of setting foot in Paisley Park, which is Prince's home and studio complex in Chanhassen, Minnesota. So the moment you step in to this building, you go from sort of this white exterior and step inside, and it's just this cacophony of sound and color and smell. You can smell incense. In the beginning, when it was first opened, you could even see Prince's candles and still smell some of those scents. You hear his music over the sound system. You're being looked at by Prince's eyes that are painted on the archway over the entrance to the atrium. It's a full-on experience that sometimes, to be honest, would set the hairs on the back of my neck to standing. And I think it's because it's such an engaging experience that you have this heightened feeling like you're just fully alive. And that's, I think, the key to a lot of Prince's music. He knows how to evoke all the senses in his music to give this feeling of aliveness. So whether it's a song like Incense and Candles from 3121, his 2006 album. That is such a sensual song. You can smell the incense, you can feel the warmth of the candles, you can almost feel like the touch, the sensuality that he's describing, to songs like Condition of the Heart, where he describes a day as a color. It's so visual. He says every day is a yellow day. And so all throughout his music, there are references that mix the senses. And when I lived like Prince in 2019, I explored two senses in particular, and that was the sense of vision and hearing. And I learned about a phenomenon called synesthesia, and that is something that certain people can experience, and it means that when you hear music, when you hear a sound, you see color. And some people have mentioned that they think Prince may have had synesthesia, which personally I think is such a gift. So because of how much color he evoked in his songs. So I had the opportunity to interview a Prince fan who has synesthesia, and I did that in March of 2019 on my blog, and you can go there and read the article now if you like. But she was generous enough to listen to a whole series of Prince's music and describe the colors that she sees as she listens, and it's just fascinating. Spoiler alert, Little Red Corvette is not red, according to her. So you'll have to read the article and see how she describes that song. But it really is a fun thing to explore and to imagine. And during my month of exploring senses, I wound up taking a watercolor painting class at the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum, and that's just down the road from Paisley Park. And I was experimenting, painting very badly. But through the kindness of my classmates, I learned a little bit about painting and colors, and I even started to draw a little bit. And that led to the next theme. And this week of exploring your senses is also going to lead you to next week. So enjoy exploring your senses. When you close this video, go back to the webpage, click on another icon, and see where it takes you. All right, we'll see you next week.